Night things. Night things. I stay up late. I mean, like the middle of the night, when normal people are all in bed. I like that time of day. All right, that time of night. 'Cause it's still and quiet, peaceful, no traffic. But still, I've seen some strange things. My living room has a big picture window, and sometimes I stand there in the dark and look out at the night things. Like the neighborhood cats, I'd watch as they quietly prowled the houses and vehicles across the way, but sometimes I'd catch them stalking up my driveway and up my front steps, nocturnal intruders. One frosty night, two of them squared off, crouched atop the ice on the driveway. One, a bully with gray, mangy fur, was staring down at an orange tabby who was mewing piteously and banging its tail on the cold, hard ground. "It's -20 out there, kiddies. You should be in your warm beds at home." I finally turned on the porch lights, which finally dispersed them. But stray cats aren't the only night things out there. In the wee small hours, whenever I look out my window at the ice and the snowdrifts and the darkened houses across the way, I can see huge, round piles of snow, huge snowballs, lying all over the frozen road. Snowballs that move. Snowballs that can leap, that can bound like kangaroos. Jackrabbits, dozens of them, the real creatures of the night. When I first saw them scampering or bounding across the ice and snow, I was astounded. I mean, it's bloody cold out. Why aren't they asleep in their nice warm burrows? But then I realized that they were dressed for the weather in form-fitting white coats of thick white fur. So they were probably quite comfortable. In any event, they're out there. Tonight we had a snow squall. It wasn't snowing very hard, but the wind was up, and all night I could hear it howling around the house. My wife was away, out of province, visiting her mother. So I stayed up even later than usual, surfing the net. So it was just after 3 a.m. when I went to the window to check out the night things. I saw a plump, white mound of snow, a jackrabbit in its winter pelt, lying comfortably atop the icy roadway. But then I saw something else. A man running rapidly down the center of the street. I stood there in total surprise, amazed to see anyone out, amazed at how fast he was moving, and amazed at how he was dressed. He was in a dark winter parka, but with bare hands and bare feet. Bare feet! And as I watched in shock, he raced forward so fast he was able to seize the rabbit, which made no effort to get away. The man, or thing, took a quick glance towards the house, where I stood behind the window in the darkened living room. I caught a momentary glimpse of a white, pale face and two red, beady eyes, and then he continued up the street and out of my line of vision. Without thinking, I ran to the front door, threw it open, and stepped out onto the porch. The man was gone, but can Rabbits scream? Yeah. Yeah, they can. It's not a very nice sound. What was that guy doing to that poor creature? Was he killing? I suddenly realized I was standing outside on the porch in full view and where he could see me if he came back. I quickly hustled back inside. Had he seen me? He had looked at the window, but I was standing in the dark. So how could he have possibly seen me, red eyes or not? Still, I retreated to the security of my bedroom. I didn't want him, or it, to know what I'd seen. I crawled into bed, but even though it was nearly 4 a.m., I couldn't sleep. What was that thing? Some lunatic? A wild man? Or something worse? A werewolf? Or the Wendigo? The spirit of hunger. A Wendigo, out for a midnight snack of jackrabbit. The idea that something like that might be creeping around the outside of the house right now, maybe creeping around the yard, was truly frightening. Gosh, I wish the sun came up earlier this time of year. I lay there in the dark, waiting for dawn, when I heard my front door open. My God! Had I forgot to lock it when I came back in? Had I forgotten to lock it? Now there's footsteps coming down the hall. Oh no! The moral of the story: some people don't seem to mind getting a little hair in their food. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories featuring such cryptids as the Night Floaters, werewolves, and the Black-Eyed Children. So again, please consider subscribing. Please help me to reach my goal of 2,500 subs. Till midnight. Cheers. Pictures used in today's video, courtesy of Pix here, that's PX here, while the music was the appropriately named Ice Demon by that patron of the internet, Kevin MacLeod. I'd never used Ice Demon before, so if you liked it, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for listening.